All right, thank you, Emily. Well, hopefully you've all enjoyed the presentations and panel discussions over the last 2 days, and it's sparked interest in the restoration program for those newcomers, and for those others who have been involved with the program for years. I hope it continues to fuel the passion. The return of the Chinook has certainly stoked my inner fire and is what brings me back to this challenging endeavor each and every day. We look forward to putting this COVID virus behind us, obviously, and having this meeting in person and work shoulder to shoulder again with all these wonderful people and groups that you've heard from the last 2 years. By the next science meeting, we should have even more fish successes, and look forward to share with you large construction projects that are on our horizon. I'd like to give special thanks to a number of groups that have been with us for the last 2 days. First of all, I wanted to thank our supporters. This would be the implementing agencies of the San Joaquin River Restoration Program and reclamation leadership. Next, I'd like to give special thanks to the organizers. Really a special thank.
And put my hands.
We mute whatever. Yeah, thank you. I want to give special thanks to the organizers, and that's Josh Newcomb and Emily Thomas. They've done an extraordinary effort. Well, it takes more than a few months. This planning for this happens well in advance, more than a year in advance of a meeting. So Emily and Josh did the majority of lifting for reclamation to have this meeting. So again, as in every time we have this meeting, I guess everyone can hear me, so I can clap. They're it. But this year, I also want to extend that special thanks to the Stantec crew, Craig Moyle and Kirsten Pringle with Stantec. They really helped put this virtual meeting into what you saw the last few days. Virtual meetings obviously have their glitches and difficulties, but with few of those, we really kind of pulled this off. So thank you, Craig Moyle and Kirsten Pringle. I also want to extend the Stantec team, Jennifer Corland Shaw and Rael Romero. They were involved in the website development for the meeting, and Robert Maurer and Glenn Warren for the graphic design. They're with Commuter Industries. I'd also like to extend a special thanks to the Fisheries Management Group, as they provided many thoughts as we were when we were organizing the meeting, and provided contributions into what talks were more valuable for longer presentations. Next, I'd like to give special thanks to the presenters. As you heard over the last 2 days, there were many. Those from the Bureau of Reclamation, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, National Marine Fisheries Service, NOAA Southwest Science Center, U.S. Department of Agriculture, California Department of Fish and Wildlife, California Department of Water Resources, University of California, Davis, Fresno State University, San Joaquin River Parkway and Conservation Trust, the Airborne Snow Observatories Incorporated, River Partners, the Restoration Administrator, and a member from our SJRRP Technical Advisory Committee. So special thank you to them. And lastly, a special thanks to all the people that joined us far and wide. That I believe near 200. We're getting just shy of 200 joining us this year. So thank you for your interest. To those participants over the last 2 days, you will be forwarded a post-event survey to all the attendees. And if you can, please, I encourage you to please respond to that survey, so then obviously we can get the feedback from the group and do things better in the future, and then tell us the things that you really think worked out well for this meeting. It is very helpful as we plan these events. The catchphrases used in this meeting seem to come out of a George Lucas sci-fi saga, or a J.R. Tolkien book, or maybe a delicious home brew bottled by one of our implementing agency managers a few years back. But regardless of the phrases, they attract our attention. Hopefully you heard something in the last 2 days that challenges your thinking, encourages you to learn something more about Return of the Chinook, and makes a difference in now restoring the king. I have 2 parting thoughts that I want to leave you with today. And the first is, this program drives a fierce passion, whether you are for it or against it. So in that, I encourage you all to, 1, do something you love. 2, do something you believe in. And 3, do something that matters. I personally can envision an ecosystem that Spring Run can once again call home, and a river that the public can once again enjoy. Generations of humans and salmon alike will come to say that we did what matters. My second and final thought is that we've heard a lot today about the studies being performed and all the data being collected, whether it's biological, hydraulic, flow, temperature, seepage, etc. This made me think about a point that I'm going to paraphrase something I heard recently. It's no good it's no good giving a driver a dashboard if they don't have a steering wheel to go along with it. So what does that mean? I think there's a takeaway there. All the data that these talented researchers are collecting is the start of it. It's the dashboard. But then we need the steering wheel to go along with it. The steering wheel are the program manager, implementing agency managers, and the restoration administrator and the technical advisory committee. Only then, with the dashboard, can the vehicle be driven effectively. The information being collected by the talented researchers that we've heard from are providing the key data, the dashboard, so that we can adaptively design and manage the restoration program, the steering wheel, for the implementation of the settlement. Thanks, everybody, and see you at the next science meeting.